Now at 6, local lawmakers can't even register to run in the race for Multnomah County Chair yet, but one candidate is already getting support from every mayor in the county. I'll tell you who's starting with a strong backing ahead.
And a new resolution has been introduced to honor our local Olympians. Why those behind the effort are pushing to make sure athletes representing Oregon get the recognition they deserve.
But first, today is a KGW weather impact alert for a winter storm warning in the Cascades, as well as heavy rain in Portland this morning. Rod Hill will bring you your full Wednesday forecast in just a minute as your news at sunrise starts right now.
The other way, Portland is going to win. The Blazers are going to the playoffs.
After a nail-biting game last night against the Suns, the Blazers are heading to the playoffs for the first time in 5 years. Good morning and thank you for joining us. I'm China Green.
And I'm Matthew Herchick. Exciting stuff. We'll have more on the Blazers later in the show, including who they will take on in the first round. But first,
we wanted to check on some power outages in our area. Right now, PGE is reporting 22 outages affecting over 4,700 customers. Pacific Power also has 179 customers in the dark this morning. One of those places that lost power this morning was actually right here at the KGW station.
yes, it was very dark driving into the station this morning. Thomas Schultz is live on Southwest Jefferson Street, not far from us. So, Thomas, what's it looking like out there? Are we making any progress?
Well, we're making some progress, guys. I mean, those crews have been working hard for PGE, as we've shown you throughout the morning. But actually, right next door to the station here, this apartment still doesn't have any lights here. So it's still something that is a problem here in the Goose Hollow area. Now, we want to do something here. We want to take our light down just to show you how dark it really is out here. So this is what it's looking like without our light, without much power out here. Generally, now we have a generator, thankfully, at the station. Some other businesses and apartment complex may as well, but most of these lights are still completely off. I want to show you some footage of what we captured earlier just down the street from us as PGE crews around 4:30 this morning were working hard on Southwest Jefferson, restoring a power line that they say had come down. So that was something that they wrapped up around 4:45 this morning, but they've been going all throughout Southwest Portland, on St. Clair Street, up in Park Place, restoring power. We've seen Portland Fire and Rescue also here across the Goose Hollow area staying on scene before PGE crews can get there, just ensuring that everybody stays safe, nobody has any issues or problems with down power lines. Fortunately, though, we are seeing that rain taper off, just as Rod told us that we would throughout the morning. So it seems like the worst of this is behind us. But for people who are just waking up, or maybe waking up here shortly, bear in mind, you may be doing so without power this morning. Guys?
Our Thomas Schultz reporting live like 15 feet away from where we're sitting right now. Thank you, Thomas.
And we have issued a KGW weather impact alert for an ongoing winter storm in the Cascades.
Yeah.
The rain here in the Valley, Rod, has started to taper off for the time being, but we're expecting more later on today.
We are. And by the way, Thomas, talking about how dark it is out there, we're about 20 minutes away from sunrise. So obviously that will brighten things up somewhat. 6:24 is the sunrise time this morning. So yes, the winter storm warning. You see the snow in white in the Cascades where it's really snowing heavily right now. Snow levels already look like they're inching down to about 2,000 feet. Be prepared for all-out kind of January conditions, if you will, in the high country today. Timberline is nearing 8 inches of snow that's fallen already. But look at the drying coming in from the coast. And this is what Thomas was talking about. He's starting to dry out in Goose Hollow. The West Hills Forest Park, anyway, starting to dry out right now. And it won't be long. Between now and 30 minutes away at most, downtown Portland will probably become completely dry. And the heavy rain for you folks in Sandy and on the east side and along 205, that will start to quickly get out of here. In fact, by 7 this morning, I think even down into Salem, it will be dry. So we're almost out of this, but we're dealing with very wet roadways. Could be some ponding areas out there. We have the power outages from winds that were generally gusting less than 40 miles per hour, but 30 plus overnight. Still some rain falling in Providence Park, which is near where Thomas was just reporting from. The story this afternoon is this: scattered showers picking up. There probably will be some hail. So we're going to go dry, and then the showers are going to pick up, and then we're going to have hail. Several headlines today, Christopher.
A lot going on, including the drive early this morning. Check out this video from the I-5 commute. This is actually me coming in about an hour and 45 minutes ago. I mean, there was a lot of ponding out there, road spray, and all kinds of fun stuff out there. So just be aware that the quick shot of rain, heavy rain that we had in the pre-dawn hours here is likely leaving some water and probably causing some problems on the freeways right now. You can see the snow, by the way, up at Government Camp. Let's take you out to one trouble spot right now. It's just north of St. Paul. ODOT reporting a crash on Highway 219. One lane there blocked south of Newburgh. We'll get back to the freeway on I-5 near Carmen Drive. We've got a fender bender there southbound near the exit ramp to Carmen. And again, even though the rain has tapered off, it's still going to take a little while for the freeway to dry out. There's a real soaking there. Something going on the Huber on-ramp or the Capitol Highway on-ramp to northbound I-5. You see some flashing lights and the traffic slowing around that. And last but not least, up in North Portland right now, Portland police and fire are still dealing with a crash, an injury crash reported at North Columbia and North Vancouver. So busy morning out there on the roads. Watch your speed. Give yourself a few extra minutes if you can. Guys, back to you.
Thank you, Chris. Well, this morning we're learning more about the events surrounding an Uber driver's death nearly 2 years ago. In court yesterday, prosecutors said the suspect, who was 16 at the time, was actually targeting 2 teen passengers in the car and not the driver, Joshua Kelvin. A 17-year-old passenger who was shot that night was hit 7 to 8 times but survived. An 18-year-old passenger escaped unharmed. Prosecutors also allege the teen suspect had multiple other gun-related incidents following that deadly shooting. Those close to Kelvin say that they want the suspect to be tried as an adult so he can spend more time in prison.
7 years isn't enough, especially after finding out that he has shot 3 other individuals besides my husband.
Right now, we are very hopeful that the district attorney's office is going to be successful in their motion to move this to adult court and pursue trial in the adult court process.
The suspect is scheduled to be back in court next week.
Police have released the identity of the third person who died when a car crashed into the Willamette River last week. On Sunday, crews found the body of 20-year-old Jacob Esperum in the river. He was in the car with 3 others when they drove through Waterfront Park and plunged into the Willamette last Monday. The medical examiner identified 19-year-old Roberto Garcia Chavez and 17-year-old Trent Badillo as the other 2 victims. The sole survivor of the crash, another 17-year-old, has not been identified. In November, Multnomah County voters will elect a new county chair, and one of the current commissioners vying for the job has been endorsed by all 6 of the county's mayors. Now we're talking about Julia Brim Edwards. This week, her campaign touted the endorsements, which include the mayors of Portland, Fairview, Gresham, Troutdale, Wood Village, and Maywood Park. Now the race is still a bit up in the air, though, because candidates can't officially file until June. But we do know that Brim Edwards will face off against current colleague, Commissioner Shannon Singleton. And there's a chance that former County Commissioner Sharon Myron could put her name in as well. In an email to supporters, Myron said she's still not sure if she'll enter the race. Election day is set for November 3rd.
Well, local lawmakers have introduced a new resolution to honor the local Olympian who competed in the 2026 Winter Olympics and Paralympics. That includes Olympians Jackie Wiles, Hunter Hess, Alessandro Barbieri, and Sean Fitzsimons, as well as Paralympians Anna Sowens and Ravi Drugan. The resolution is meant to highlight their dedication, skills, and commitment to representing Oregon and the United States. One of the lawmakers who helped introduce the resolution was Senator Ron Wyden, who wrote in part, quote, "I'm incredibly proud to introduce this resolution that commemorates the accomplishments of our athletes and their loved ones who have represented the Oregon way on the global stage."
Grant the other way. Oregon is going to win. The Blazers are going to the playoffs.
Well, it came down to the wire last night as the Blazers went into Phoenix last night and pulled off a come-from-behind win against the Suns. They now clinch a spot in the playoffs for the first time in 5 years. And like we said, this one came down to the very final seconds. Drew Holiday paced the Blazers, scoring 11 points early in the first quarter. But last night was really all about Denny Avdia. He would score a driving hoop coming up here in just a moment. In the second quarter, that would, again, put the Blazers behind the Suns after the first quarter, but a Jeremy Grant 3 late in the game, followed by Denny Avdia driving for an and one basket to put the Blazers ahead for good. He finished with 41 points, 7 rebounds, and 12 assists as Portland closed on a 17-5 run to win 114-110.
Just needed to be focused both ends of the floor, making sure I'm making the right play every single time down the floor, and that's what it's all about. You know, regardless if it was me tonight or if it was somebody else for 3. And all I can say is like this unbelievable win, and I'm so happy for the guys and the city of Portland.
All right, well, now for their reward. First round date with Victor Wembanyama and the second-seeded San Antonio Spurs. Game 1 of that best-of-7 series is Sunday at 6 p.m., and you can watch that right here on KGW. Meanwhile, the win earns Portland the 7th seed in the Western Conference, like we said. So very exciting for them to be back in the playoffs, guys.
It is exciting. And we get the Spurs. Now we just have a picnic and say, what a great season.
Hey, you know, we could win a game or two.
We could. You're right. Let's be positive. All right. Here's Timberline Lodge. We start with the winter storm warning up in the high country. Still up all of today into tonight, technically expiring from the Weather Service at 5 o'clock tomorrow morning. I just checked. Yeah, they're now up to 8 inches, and I like to say, and surging. So this is heavy snow falling up there right now. 28 degrees is the temperature. It is snow covered at pass level as well. So think January in your mind. You'll need your change in traction tires as you go up there today into an all-out winter storm warning. Timberline on pace to get over a foot, maybe as much as 20 inches out of this through later today. Snow level 2,000 feet at least, and may end up being fairly consistently as low as 1,500 feet. That would bring potential snow showers this afternoon over the coast range passes of 6 and 26 highways when you get up above 1,000 feet. Winds have switched to the north and the northwest. That means a cold front is coming through, and the cold front is going to shut the rain off abruptly, and we'll have a little bit of dry time this morning before scattered showers pick up. Ahead of the front, south winds of 31 in Bend. We're tracing, I think at one point we reported some 21 power outages across the area. It was a blustery night. The winds never got extreme. I did not find anybody gusting to 40, but we had winds last night south to 30 to 35 to 38 peak gusts in the area. Here's that sharp cutoff, and it is impressive. Just look at this. You'd almost straddle it and go, I'm dry, I'm wet. Now the heavy rain out on the east side, there's Oregon City, Gladstone. That'll be moving out too. So I think by the time we get to 7 o'clock, much of the Lama Valley is temporarily going to be dry before scattered showers pick up later today. We're in the 40s right now. Here's your 7-day forecast. The big story this afternoon, again, scattered showers with hail pockets as well. That's your forecast.